Right, here's another quick little unbagging as it comes in the nice little bag. Again, another Lone Canuck Publishing product. This is Quick 6 Scenario Pack designed for the West Coast Rumble 2023, so that was last year. And it's basically a bunch of scenarios that quickly can be played in the tournament. So as with most Lone Canuck, the first page is always going to be your playtesters. Good to see there's a wide variety. I think these were all designed by George himself. And who owns Lone Canuck Publishing. It's basically a one-man show as far as I can tell. And it's going to be consisting of 6 scenarios, including the Cider Crossroads, which is going to be its own scenario pack. I've just recently did an unbagging of that. It actually expands that one scenario into 4 that can be actually played as a campaign involving the Royal Canadian Regiment, so it's quite cool. All right, the first one is the outskirts of Constum in Belgium, December 44. We have most of board 10 with 1 overlay. 5.5 turns, estimated playtime is about 3 hours, so that's quite reasonable. And as a result, the troops are not going to be that many. Looks like the Germans are going to set up with a dozen squads, and the Americans are going to set up with some 5.46s and 3.46, about half a dozen defending, including a 40 long AA gun, so that's pretty cool. It looks to be a very small, manageable one, and only 3 SSRs. To the Cider Crossroads, so this is using one of the double wide boards, 11 Alpha with 3 overlays. We do have 5.5 turns, again 3-hour playtime, so perfect for a tournament. And we have Germans attacking Canadians. In this case, it's Panzer Grenadier Regiment 361 and the 90th Panzer Grenadier Division coming up against the Loyal Eddies, supported by Saskatoon Regiment and the 14th Armored Regiment, otherwise known as the Calgary Regiment in San Leonardo, Italy, in December 43. Q33, we have Exploiting the Gap, Mondrianville, France, 28 June 1944. Here we have a unit from the 2nd SS Das Reich, and against them is the Seaforth Highlanders and the 15th Scottish Division. So here we have the British setting up first, Germans moving first, and it's 5.5 turns. Again, we're looking at 2 hours and 40 minutes of playtime, so it's quite manageable for scenario, and it uses half of board 6. Q34 is stymied at Aix-en-Neuville in France, 8 June 1940. Again, uses one of the double boards, 14 Alpha. We have 5.5 turns. British versus Germans. Looks to be a bunch of early war armor coming on for the Germans against, well, about a half dozen or so British. So very small scenario. Again, this one is, and this scenario is playable in 3 hours as well. And then we have Q35, Breakthrough. This is in Russia, 12 December 42. And we're going to have Russians setting up first, Germans moving first in a 5.5 turn half board scenario. Playtime is estimated to be just over 3 hours, so it's still quite doable for those of you pressed for time. And we have, again, numbers are quite low, 10 on average per side, with some armor, guns, and fortifications. Now we have Showdown at the Crossroads. This is in France, June 44. Uses up most of the board, 54. No overlays, 6 turns long, and again, 3 hours is the playtime. SSRs are only 3, which makes it manageable because some of the other Lone Canuck scenarios do have a lot of SSRs, which are fine. Just sometimes it might get a little bit too involved. Number-wise, we're looking at 10 squads defending from the Germans, and the Americans are attacking with 12 and some armor. All right, so this is the quick 6 scenario pack designed for the West Coast Rumble 2023. There's several of variants of these. George picks groups of 6 scenarios, lumps them together into a pack, and sells them on his website. So Lone Canuck Publishing, I recommend you go there if you want this kind of stuff.